What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Life of Sean YouTube channel, where I make videos on anything and everything that I can think of. Something new every week. Kind of. Actually, today is part 2 of my room upgrade, where I am upgrading my office, and we're pretty much going to pick up where we left off. So if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you go check it out. I'll have it linked below, or I'll have a card or something attached, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. But without further ado, let's get back into part 2. Hey, that rhymed. Make sure you subscribe. So it might not look like it, but I did have this pretty well organized under here, but with the new setup, obviously it's going to be all different. So I'm going to have to take everything apart and work out the best way to move forward. I'm not sure if I'm going to unplug everything from the dock. I guess I will. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually use this sub because it goes up and down. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use that, or if I'm just going to have to keep it on the desk with me. I guess we get everything out of this sort of tray here for the cables. Go from there. It's bittersweet. I literally just redone this. I know it might not look like it. As I said, I've rearranged this room a few times in the last couple of months, so it's all pretty much just been done. This is the main power cord that is also attached to the PoE, which is power over Ethernet, just to give me a wide connection. That also connects to the hub, which you will see momentarily. So this will basically be the only 2 cables that I'll need to run into the wall, and everything will plug into this power board here. I think that should be enough. That's the power cord for the laptop. Everything pretty much plugs into the back of this adapter, which I guess I'll pull out, disconnect everything, and then reconnect it with the new table. Might just leave these 2 because that's the one that actually goes into the PC, and this is the power cord, so I'll just have to fish them out from the rest. Some of the setups that I've seen, some people just take no care whatsoever into the cable management, so at least I've used these sort of reusable Velcro cable ties to keep it a little bit tidy. At least from the front of the setup it was pretty clean. With the new table, it has the sort of basket underneath, which is like a cable basket, which will hold all the cables. But I did buy a pack of cable management things, like clips and cable wraps and things along those sort of lines to make it even better. My main goal at the moment is to basically get the speakers disconnected and see if I'm actually going to use these ones, or if I'm going to have to buy new ones or just use my headphones. So the main thing is just get those disconnected and the hub separate as well. I didn't realize how many of these cable ties that I used. I haven't really pulled the whole system apart in a couple of years. I've just sort of been tightening it up as I go. One speaker, completely separate. I think I got these off Marketplace a couple of years back. 50 bucks. I don't know if that's a good deal, but they've been pretty good, especially with the sub. The sound that comes out of them is actually pretty decent. Second one disconnected. What I found weird with this hub is that everything connects into the rear, like the HDMI, the Ethernet, other USBs, the power, and the main link, but then the headphone jack is at the front. I guess you're sort of supposed to have this desk mounted and then have your headphone jack. I use it for the speakers, and it works, and it is tucked away, so it doesn't really matter. It was a bit harder to cable manage that. I didn't realize how many cables that bloody speaker system had, so that's good to get that disconnected, get that cleaned up. We'll get that out of the way and separate, and then I can deal with these monitors and stuff, and then work out what we're going to do with audio. I should say, Robbie, if you see this video and you want this, you can have it. So the plan is to have the table basically be able to film sort of dead center to the window behind me for symmetry and for my own sanity. It is a pretty big desk for this room, but that's where most of the work is going to be getting done, then I'm happy to sacrifice that. So I think the table is going to sit sort of over here somewhere with a little bit of a gap on the side, have the camera sort of set to shoot down the middle, and have the laptop and the setup off to the side because it is a little bit wider than this current desk. And unlike this desk, it doesn't have any drawers or anything, so I'll be able to set up my screens sort of all the way to one side, and then I have a table mount for the camera and lights that I'm going to be using that can connect to the table. My filming space and stuff like that on the left side of the table, and the right side can be productivity, as I'll be able to sort of work all the way onto that right side of the table. So the table will be a little bit offset to the room. I'll be able to work out exactly where I want the table once it's in here. Got a bit of work ahead of me, so let's get into it. This is actually a footstool that I made out of scrap wood, as you can see. No point changing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I just remembered I have to take a photo for the thumbnail. So now that it's pretty much cleared out, and I take a photo of the room as it's in its current state, which is not very good. Please stick around for the whole video. I spent a bit of money upgrading this room and I'm still not making any money off YouTube, so I would appreciate if you subscribed. Well, hopefully I managed to make the room look not very good, not very appealing. And then hopefully after all the work that I do, it will be a lot better. It's very echoey in here now that most of the furniture is out. The only thing I left in was this desk. Everything else is just out in the hallway. With this window in the background, that might affect the lighting. So I have a plan to cover that up with a big panel that has soundproof panels on it. And of course, I'm going to add more furniture in here. So hopefully that will help with the sound as well. Now begins the stupid task of moving everything back in. Well, not everything. Honestly, for some reason I keep boxes for everything, or most important things, some important things, but some random things, but that's just how it goes. I do have a whole bunch of adapters and everything in here, so hopefully that didn't break anything. That's transferred into a black box, which looks kind of ugly with that hand. It's a bit wacky. So, face it backwards. This is my VR headset that I don't use too often, but I do have it. More Harry Potter. More Harry Potter. More Harry Potter. Harry Potter. I think. Kind of Harry Potter. That can be an empty one. Harry Potter. Alright, so they've all been transferred into the black boxes, so that looks a whole bunch better. I think that in the background should look kind of nice, obviously, once they're moved to wherever I want to place them. But I definitely actually have to go through what is in them, because I don't think I need everything that's in them. I guess that's just how it goes. You accumulate a whole bunch of shit. At least it's only in like small boxes that I have a whole bunch of stuff, so that can be organized and that can probably make things a whole bunch better when I do get it sorted, so I'll know where everything is and I'll be able to sort of organize that properly. I think it definitely would be better with the second person. Sort of need to get this done kind of quick because I need to use my setup to edit videos and things, and if I'm trying to get videos out then I need my setup. So I think I found a way to be able to carry it quite comfortably by myself, but you will see me struggle. Let's try to do that. I might leave the camera running, so if I do smash into anything in my kitchen and stuff, then you'll be able to hear it, but hopefully I don't muck it up. So hopefully the next clip will be me just sort of easily coming in through this door with no issues. So let's give it a go. We've got things in the way, which I should just move. So far, so good. Coming down the hallway. Oh, ow, ow. That's another reason why I need some soundproofing, because the laundry is right there, so when the washing machine's on, it's really loud. As you can see, the table's there. I just have to get it through here now. Oh, I'm stuck. I should have come in the other way. Oh well, I'm here now. Maybe I just lift this up now. Why have I done that? Just slide it in. There we go. All right, that was a bit of a struggle, but it's in the room now. But I do have to spin it around because this is where the controls are. It's actually not too bad. Yeah. All right, well there we go. It's quite deep, which is what I like, because if I set up the camera there, should hopefully be able to film, say if I'm unboxing something around this area. I was looking for like a black on black, but at least this has the black legs. I'll have the black desk mat, which should make that look nice, but at least it's in here, so now I can transfer the screens over from the other setup, and hopefully this can handle the weight. Well, just before I carry on, I've plugged it in now. Oh, there we go, we're going up. So it goes up pretty high. I think at the like when I brought it in, it was set at like 700 mil. Still going. Hang on, let me bring it down a little bit. All right, looks like it has a lockout feature. So once it gets to the top height, which is like fully up to my chest, it's so tall. I don't think I'll ever use it this tall. Yeah, the feature, once it gets right to the top, it drops it down that little bit more. So I wonder how the sort of flex is going to be once I get it to working height. Like, it's got a little bit of a wobble, but once you put some weight on it, and again, we'll never be using it this tall. Just so it's not a fancy one where you can have set heights and things like that. It is just your classic up and down, but I think that's going to suit me just fine. All right, let's do the transfer of the screens, and then I'll get the other desk out of here so that we know how much room we're actually working with and see exactly where we want to set our desk up. So let's try to do that without breaking anything. I do have one concern with my idea to block off this back window. So this room does get stuffy if we don't have like the aircon on, and I like to be able to open that window to obviously let it breeze through. So blocking off the window might not be the best idea, but maybe I can just put it on and off, like, because it's not going to be permanent. So I can just put it on and off for certain shoots or videos or whatever I'm doing, and then I can remove it. So I will have to find a spot for that. It is a big panel, as you'll see. It'll cover the entire window, so you won't be able to see any frame or anything, because this window isn't exactly centered, which is kind of annoying. So I've had to make the panel bigger to make it sort of exactly the same measurements on either side for shelves and stuff like that, which I also have. This is another moment where another set of hands would be really handy. I just have to buck up and give it a go. So let's try to get this done without breaking anything. It's not like this stuff is super expensive, but it is the stuff that I use, so I don't want to break it, obviously. All right, we've got movement. It's still holding. I don't know what the, oh, I could just carry it by the monitors probably. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, I'm probably gonna want them around here. I'm glad I thought of grabbing them by the monitor arms. All right. All right, well, it's not so much that it's a problem, I don't think, but this is a lot thinner than that table. I know it's quite thin, as you can see, but it does have quite decent support underneath. So hopefully that's where I want it. I'll tighten it up for now so that there's no chance of it falling off. But that went relatively smooth. Might see how it raises and lowers with a little bit of weight. No dramas by the looks of it. There isn't too much weight to go on here. I think it's like desk mat. The laptop itself will probably sit around here like it did on the last setup. Yeah, the keyboard and mouse. So hopefully this will handle everything. And as I said, like with the mount that I have, you can see it swivels. So if I want to film something, as long as nothing is in the way, I want to make sure that I have enough room behind the setup so then I can film something sort of facing this way. I think this is going to be awesome. So now I think I should move it to where I'm going to keep it, get the other desk out, start setting up the table, and yeah, go from there. That's actually going really easy. I might just put this on a blanket and slide it out to the garage. So So yeah, I picked this desk up again off Facebook Marketplace for 300, 350 maybe, but it come with a leather chair as well. But I don't think I'm going to use it because it's a bit bulky. I don't think it'll suit this setup. So I can possibly sell that on, and then in turn this desk becomes cheaper. All right, YouTube, I'm just going to jump back in there, as that's going to be the end of part 2. So that actually took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, and the videos are actually longer than I expected. So there is now going to be a part 3. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. And once all these 3 videos go out, I might actually put them all together so that you can watch them all in one go. But until then, make sure you subscribe so that next week you don't miss out on part 3. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, which will be part 3 of my room upgrade, where it gets good. Trust me, so it's worth it. Make sure you subscribe.